Hello everyone, a very pleasant day to you. Vice President Shettima reaffirms government's resolve to empower military to subdue security challenges. Federal government slashes 2026 budget by 22.92% amid investment gains. A National Industrial Court bars resident doctors from embarking on strike plan for January 12. A very good day to you and welcome to First Next News Port Harcourt. I am Becky Osoro. Now the news in full. Vice President Kashim Shettima has reaffirmed the federal government's resolve to strengthen and empower the Nigerian armed forces to overcome the security challenges confronting the country. Shettima gave the assurance on Friday at a special Jumat prayer held at the National Mosque to commemorate the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day. In a statement by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications, Office of the Vice President Stanley Nwocha, Vice President Shettima paid glowing tribute to fallen soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of Nigerians' territorial integrity, as well as to serving personnel safeguarding the lives and property of citizens across the country. Addressing worshippers during the special prayers, the Vice President acknowledged the sacrifices of the military and other security agencies and expressed optimism that under the leadership of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigeria would witness enduring peace and prosperity. He further prayed for divine protection and empowerment for the armed forces to surmount the nation's security challenges, expressing confidence that peace would prevail in due course. Moving on, similarly, the 1 Division of the Nigerian Army on Friday held special Jumu'ah prayers in honor of fallen heroes and serving personnel as part of activities marking the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. The prayers took place at the 1 Division Central Mosque, Ribadu Cantonment, Kaduna, bringing together military officers, soldiers, and government representatives. The Joint Officer Commanding GOC 1 Division Nigerian Army and Commander Sector 1 Operation Fansan Yama, Major General Abubakar Wase said the Armed Forces Remembrance Day symbolizes both remembrance and hope. Major General Wase, who was represented by the Commander 101 Equipment Support Engineer 1 Division Nigerian Army Brigadier General Muhammad Lawal, stressed the need to continually honor the sacrifices of fallen troops who paid the supreme price for Nigerians' unity and security. He assured that the Nigerian Army will continue to support the families of fallen heroes, noting that their sacrifices will never be forgotten. The GOC also urged 7 personnel to remain hopeful and resolute, assuring them that their efforts and sacrifices are recognized and appreciated by the nation. Away from that story, the federal government has cut down the 2026 budget to the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment by 22.92%, despite rising investment inflows and renewed trade momentum. According to the figures in 2026 appropriation bill, the ministry's total allocation for 2026 was cut to 87.44 billion naira, down from 110.07 billion naira in 2025 and 126.57 billion naira in 2024, reflecting a sustained fiscal tighten drive and a rebalancing of capital priorities across ministries. A breakdown of the 2026 proposal shows that personnel cost rose slightly to 26.44 billion naira from 25.6 billion naira in 2025. And overhead expenditure also increased marginally to 5.60 billion naira compared with 5.30 billion naira in the previous year. The Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment emphasized Nigeria's leadership role within the African Continental Free Trade Area, noting its growing influence in driving trade expansion and investment flows across the continent. Away from that story, the federal government and the Niger state government has entered into a partnership to develop large-scale integrated housing and agricultural settlements aimed at boosting food security, rural stability and inclusive economic growth, in line with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The agreement was formalized through a memorandum of understanding between the Niger State government and the Ministry of Finance Incorporated, with senior federal and state officials describing the initiative as a practical response to Nigerians' intertwined challenges of housing deficits, food insecurity, unemployment, and rural underdevelopment. Under the arrangements, Niger State will provide 100,000 hectares of land as a pilot for the project, which combines structured farming estates with purpose-built housing and supporting infrastructure. Governor Muhammad Umaru Bago said a concept is designed to allow farmers live within secure, functional communities that enable them to concentrate on productivity while improving safety and living standards. The governor explained that Niger State's vast arable land, water resources, and existing mechanization capacity make it well suited for the initiative, which will be driven largely by private capital using an asset-backed financing structure, adding that the model would ease pressure on public finances while accelerating delivery. Moving on, Chairman of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Mrs. Abike Dabiri Erewa, has urged leaders of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, to renew efforts at removing obstacles to visa-free movement across the sub-region. Dabiri Erewa made the call on Friday in Lagos while speaking with newsmen during a courtesy visit by Nigerian biker Judith Amadi, who recently completed a solo motorcycle journey from Lagos to France and back. She lamented that despite the ECOWAS protocol on free movement of persons and goods, travelers still encounter difficulties at several borders within West Africa. According to her, the ECOWAS passport was introduced to guarantee seamless travel amongst member states, but years after its adoption, many citizens continue to face avoidable challenges. She said while some progress had been made, the issue required sustained attention and public discourse. Moving on, the National Industrial Court of Nigeria, NICN, in Abuja has issued an order restraining the National Association of Resident Doctors, NAD, and its members from embarking on the strike they plan to commence on January 12. Justice Emmanuel Subilim issued the order while ruling on a motion ex parte filed by the Federal Government of Nigeria, FGN, and the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, in a suit. Justice Subilim gave the ruling after listening to the Director of Civil Litigation, Federal Ministry of Justice, Maimuna Lami Shiru, who led a team of lawyers from the ministry, move the motion ex parte. Listed as respondents to the motion and defendants to the substantive suit are NAD, its national president, Dr. Muhammad Usman Suleiman, and the Association Secretary General, Dr. Shuaibu Ibrahim. Moving on, the Kaduna State government has sealed 20 illegal colleges of health sciences and private hospitals across the state. State Commissioner for Health, Umar Kaltum Ahmed, said the exercise was part of ongoing efforts to ensure private health institutions complied with established rules and regulations. She explained that the move aimed to guarantee practical training of healthcare workers in the state and protect public health. The affected institutions are located in Chikun, Igabi, Kaduna North, and Kaduna South local government areas. Kaltum Ahmed added that this action enforced guidelines for private health institutions and prevented unaccredited facilities from misleading the public under the guise of healthcare training. She stressed that the exercise was necessary to stop the illegal production of unqualified health workers, which posed a serious risk to public safety. The Commissioner urged the public to seek admission only in duly approved and accredited institutions to avoid wasting time and resources on unrecognized certificates. She commended Governor Uba Sani for his leadership and support in repositioning the health sector to meet required standards and ensure quality health care delivery in Kaduna State. Moving on, the Pharmacy Council of Nigeria, PCN, has inducted 175 foreign-trained pharmacists into the profession, urging them to uphold high ethical standards and leadership values in line with Council's regulations to ensure quality pharmaceutical services and sustainable healthcare delivery in Nigeria. The Registrar of the Council, FAM, Ibrahim Babashehu Ahmed, made the call during the induction ceremony of participants of the Foreign Pharmacy Graduate Orientation Program held on Friday in Abuja. Ahmed said that rapid scientific advancement and increasing patient safety concerns require pharmacists to continually update their competencies and skills. He noted that the PCN is implementing the Mandatory Continuing Professional Development (MCPD) program, which he described as critical to professional practice and licensure. According to him, the MCPD program aligns its resolutions with the World Health Organization for WHO for all health professionals and directive of the Federal Ministry of Health Issues at the Maiden National Health Summit in 1996. Ahmed explained that the MCPD program is designed to ensure the continued relevance of pharmacies within the healthcare team, with patients as a primary focus. He added the program offers both online and on-site learning packages. He further stated that globally, pharmacy graduates are statutorily required to undergo a 12-month continuous internship training program under the supervision of a registered and licensed pharmacist at a PCN-approved internship center. Ahmed noted that the internship period serves both a training phase and a preparation stage for future professional opportunities, and described pharmacy as a novel profession that offers graduates diverse career prospects in industry, community practice, hospitals, administration, research, academia, and other fields such as information technology, journalism, publishing, and governance. Away from that story, against the build-up to August 8's gubernatorial poll in Osun, the state chapter of the All Progressive Congress APC and the chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC, Comrade Christopher Arebosopo, has disagreed over the latest declaration to mobilize voters for Governor Ademola Adeleke's re-election. He had, during the interdenomination service held earlier in the week at governor's office in Aberdeen, vowed that workers in the state would vote massively to ensure that Adeleke, who is the standard bearer of the Accord Party, secures second term in office. He said the resolve of the Labour to back the governor during the forthcoming poll was informed by the laudable welfare policy for workers, pensioners, and implementation of infrastructural projects and positive impacts in all key sectors in the state. The APC, in a statement by its Director of Media and Information in Osun, Kola Olabisi, lampooned Arebosopo for turning himself into campaign manager for Adeleke's re-elected bid, contending that his partisanship ahead of the August 8th of circle governorship poll is deplorable. Describing the NLC leader's position as shameful, he argued that though he had inalienable right to identify with any political party of his choice, vowing collective votes of Osun workers for governor's re-election was shameful and deplorable. In another development, human rights activist and former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress AAC, Omoyele Sowore, has said that the Nigerian Christian genocide narrative is a calculated ruse intended to only stir global emotions. Sowore said this in a post on his official X account in reaction to Donald Trump's January 2026 U-turn, where the U.S. president admitted that Muslims are also killed in Nigeria's insecurity following U.S. airstrikes against ISIL targets on December 25, 2025. Speaking further, Sowore called Trump an imperialist, using the debunked Nigerian Christian genocide narrative as a pretext for resource-driven interventions like oil-rich regions rather than genuine concern for persecuted groups. Responding on X, Sowore cautioned Nigerians against viewing the statement as an act of solidarity, arguing that U.S. military interventions in other parts of the world had often led to deeper crises. On the foreign scene, U.S. forces have seized another tanker in the Caribbean Sea, officials say, as the Trump administration continues its efforts to control exports of Venezuelan oil. The tanker, the Olina, on multiple countries' sanctions list and the fifth vessel to be seized by the U.S. in recent weeks. The U.S. is using the seizure to pressure Venezuela's interim government and remove the so-called dark fleet of tankers from service. Officials said the fleet consists of more than 1,000 vessels that transport sanctioned and illicit oil. The vessel reportedly left Venezuelan waters late on Sunday after the U.S. seized President Nicolas Maduro in an early morning raid. That's all on the news this hour. I am Becky Usoro from and the entire team in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now.